Godzilla is back on the big screen in its newest film that is in theaters this weekend, and I had the opportunity to check this movie out early, and I have to say that this is the best Godzilla film I have ever seen. What is going on, film fans? It is Brad from Let's Be Real Brad, and today on the channel, I want to talk to you guys about the brand new kaiju film called Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One is written, directed, and with visual effects done by Takashi Yamazaki, and this is the 37th installment in the Godzilla movie franchise. So going into Godzilla Minus One, I was ecstatic, especially because we have so much Godzilla content right now as the new Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, comes out next April. We are on the verge of the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, and with this film garnering so much buzz and with so many people saying that this was going to be the best Godzilla film as it already premiered in Japan already, I was even more ecstatic. And when I got the chance to see this movie early last night, I have to say that this really is the best Godzilla film. While I wouldn't consider myself a Godzilla fanboy, I thought that this movie was excellent. And not just because Godzilla is fantastic, he is scary, and he is just a true menace in this film. It's the fact that this movie feels like a film with Godzilla in it, and it doesn't feel like it's corporately made. Takashi Yamazaki clearly loves Godzilla, but not just loves Godzilla, truly has a lot of talent to make films and to write it and to do the visual effects and direct it, because this feels like an amazing, well-written, and well-acted movie that I actually cared about the human characters, which is usually the biggest issue I have with kaiju slash monster films. A good chunk of this movie truly feels like what you consider your Oscar type movies, because the plot of this film is about a pilot who has a lot of insecurities after a Godzilla attack, and just seeing his journey throughout the film and the people that he meets and just all the different life changes that happen, and you just really feel for this character and some of the other characters that he meets throughout the film. It doesn't feel forced, it doesn't feel like it's in here for filler. It actually matters for the rest of the film, and it also adds to the theme of the film, which is about humanity and how we as people need to come together during these catastrophic events and to build things back up. This movie focuses more from a humane standpoint rather than a government standpoint that we see from the original 1954 film. And with all that being amazing, the Godzilla slash action scenes are just tremendous. This is some of the best action I have seen in quite some time, as it was just this massive, epic science fiction film. The visual effects are simply astonishing, as it looks so perfect in so many different ways, and the fact they were able to flex with most of the CGI scenes being in broad daylight is just astonishing. But one of the things that I really loved about this film is that they truly made Godzilla evil. Like, just an absolute destruction of evil, and it just brought back the 1954 dark style of Godzilla and how Godzilla isn't really like cool. Like, Godzilla is actually like really scary to think about, and this movie truly showcases that from a very mature standpoint, and I could not love it more. The action scenes are very well edited, very well shot. They add so much emotion and just this epicness to the film that it has a lot of this classic style filmmaking that we just don't get a lot of anymore in terms of a big blockbuster film, and it was just amazing. And there are so many little moments throughout the film that's gonna make tons of Godzilla fans just lose their minds. The destruction in this film is off the charts, to the point where it truly balances being super over the top and being grounded, and it is just insane to watch. During some of these moments, it left me speechless and horrified of what I just watched, and I just got what this movie was going for, especially during the final big fight of the film. It was some of the best third acts I have seen in quite some time. The cinematography is excellent. It is a beautiful, gorgeous looking film. It has such a perfect look to it that I just wouldn't want it any other way. The score is fantastic, especially when they use the original 1954 theme in a moment where you didn't think they would use it. It actually feels like it needs to be in the scene. It moves with the rhythm of that theme, and it was just goosebump city. I also thought the editing was fantastic, with it being so perfectly smooth, and every scene just feels so clear and concise, and it just doesn't feel like there's really any studio interference to it, so everything feels like the perfect presentation of what this film should actually be. This film also has great pacing, being 2 hours and more, as I was never bored with this film. I was fully engaged with it. I truly cared about the characters, and I just could not wait to see what would happen next. Unfortunately, this film does have a few criticisms here, and I do have to start with one moment that happens before the big finale act of the film, as I get it's important from a character development side, and it is really emotionally interesting, but it is the part where you can see people getting up and going to the bathroom or getting their popcorn refills. So you kind of have to say it's a criticism, because I'm not the only one that just really wasn't interested in it. It could have been wrapped up a little bit better, and it could have been maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes shorter. And the final criticism I have is that there's a few tiny moments in here that were a little cheesy, especially one moment where a character pushes the other character away in slow motion. It was really cheesy and stupid, and it doesn't fit with this kind of movie, especially with how grounded and real this film feels throughout. So I mean, it probably won't bother a lot of people, but it was definitely a small criticism for me. Overall, guys, Godzilla Minus One is a film you need to see on the big screen. I don't care if this isn't your type of film. If you just like a well-made, big budget, amazing epic on a big screen with fantastic sound design and amazing score, then you're going to really love this film. This movie was excellent, and it just feels like this is the type of movie that I want to see more of, and I want to go back to the theater and support this movie again, because we need more films like this on the big screen, and I just can't praise this film enough. I'm giving Godzilla Minus One an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out this review. As I want to know below in the comment section, have you seen Godzilla Minus One, and are you planning on checking this film out? I can't wait to hear all of your thoughts. Before you guys check out this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like as you always should, and ring that notification bell so I can never miss you in a brand new video. I'll see you at the movies.